Most of us have been taught from a very early age, whether it was your parents or maybe it was at school, that making mistakes means you're kind of bad at something. And this trend even continues as you get a little older and you enter the workforce. The minute you do something incorrect, there are usually several people there waiting to point it out. A mistake represents some sort of failure, and the way mistakes were taught to us, it naturally makes you feel bad about yourself. It would be easy to make a mistake, feel ashamed for making it, lose confidence because you made it, and even let the demons of self-doubt creep in. Of course, this vicious cycle only leads to more mistakes and more failure. But what if we changed that narrative? Can you imagine how much more successful we all might be if someone really understood and properly taught us the value of mistakes? In wildlife photography, mistakes aren't just normal, they're unavoidable. And once I stopped fearing them, my photography changed completely.
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is found.
Welcome into the channel. I'm Jeff, and I'm a professional wildlife photographer living in Charleston, South Carolina. This is a place for photographers who want to create better images that are more compelling, more meaningful, and more emotional. Making mistakes means that we are failing, right? Again, that's the message that has been ingrained into our brains as children. And it causes us to go through life fearing mistakes, fearing being wrong. And it's kind of ironic because the actual fear of making mistakes often causes us to make the biggest mistake of our lives, and that's not taking any risks. Wildlife photography challenges the belief that making mistakes is bad. And if you've spent any real time in the field, you already know this. Blurry photos, blowing out highlights, bad composition, moments that disappear before you're ready. And when I first started wildlife photography, I thought all of these moments, all of these mistakes meant that maybe I wasn't good enough, that I was doing something wrong and I didn't have what it took to be a wildlife photographer. But what I eventually realized was this: mistakes aren't the enemy, they are the teacher. Personally, I think our fear of mistakes has very little to do with photography. I just think it comes from the years of how we've been conditioned as humans to perceive our mistakes. I mean, remember back to school, mistakes were marked with a red pen, right? Easily identifying where you were wrong. In your career, mistakes are called out on performance reviews, and they often cost you in the form of money when they prevent you from maybe getting a raise. On social media, mistakes are hidden behind highlight reels. So when we pick up a camera, that same fear comes with us. We hesitate to change settings. We avoid experimenting. We stick to what feels safe and comfortable. And when the photo doesn't work out, we don't just think, oh, well, this image just didn't work. We think, I didn't work. And that mindset is what truly holds us back. Wildlife photography is built on uncertainty. We don't control the animal. We don't control the light. We don't control the background. We don't control whether the moment lasts for 1 second or 10. And you can do everything perfectly and still miss the shot. And that's not failure. That's just the nature of what we're doing. If wildlife photography demanded perfection, I guarantee none of us would be doing it. Mistakes aren't a sign you're bad at wildlife photography. They're just a sign that you're actually out there doing it. Every mistake you make carries information. Blurry photos, well, that might be feedback about your shutter speed or your autofocus mode, maybe your timing, or perhaps your overall camera technique. Bad composition, well, that's feedback about developing your creative eye. in understanding how to make an image feel more balanced and how to grab the viewer's attention. What about poor lighting? Well, that's a reminder about patience, positioning, or the time of day that you go out to capture wildlife. The problem isn't making mistakes. The problem is ignoring them, or worse, being ashamed of them. Some of the most important lessons I've learned came from the images that I almost deleted without even giving it a second thought. When we fear mistakes, we don't take risks. We shoot at the same angles. We shoot the same subjects. We use the same settings, and we stop experimenting. We become complacent. And do you know what happens to any kind of artist that becomes complacent? Death as an artist. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens at the edge of what you don't fully understand yet. If you're not making mistakes, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. And in wildlife photography, that often means missed opportunities, not just missed shots. Instead of asking, why did I mess this up? Try asking yourself, what is this photo teaching me? Slow down when you're reviewing your images. Look at what worked and what didn't. When looking at your images that didn't work, reflect back to the moment that you were actually taking that picture. What do you remember about that moment? Was there something unusual happening? Do you remember thinking it was likely going to be a bad shot, and why did you think that? Seeing the bad shot and reflecting back on it can often tie it all together, and that can lead to a very valuable learning experience. Mistakes don't mean you lack talent. They mean you're gaining experience. There is no shortcut around this part of the process. One of the biggest shifts in my photography came when I stopped trying to avoid mistakes and started expecting them. I stopped seeing them as something personal and started seeing them just as part of the process. Mistakes mean you're learning and you're growing. They mean you're showing up and paying attention. So the next time a shot doesn't work out exactly the way you hoped, don't beat yourself up and don't assume you're bad. Figure out what it's trying to teach you, because mistakes are the path to success in wildlife photography, and it's a path that we all have to take. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What mistake or mistakes have you made that have taught you something very valuable? If you're looking for a powerful photo editor, I highly recommend checking out DxO Photolab 9. It's the software that I personally use and trust for all of my editing, especially because of their industry-leading noise reduction and their AI masking tools that quite simply just make editing faster, more precise, and a lot more consistent. If you'd like to try it for yourself, use the link that I've provided in the description below. If you decide you want to purchase it, don't forget to use my discount code MAGNOLIA at the time of checkout, and it'll save you 15% off. You can also download a free 30-day trial and test everything out for yourself firsthand with absolutely no restrictions. And if you really want to learn how to get the most out of Photolab, check out my DxO Photolab Mastery class over at magnoliaphotographysc.com/store. In that course, I walk you through everything from how to properly apply noise reduction and sharpening to how to use those AI masking tools. This course includes some freebies too, including my full preset collection for wildlife, portraits, nature, and landscapes. I want to thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me to learn a little bit about why you don't need to fear mistakes and how to get past those bad patterns that were ingrained in us as, children and even adults, and how it can really impact the quality of your images. But before you go, I just want to say you might want to check out this next video right here as well.